Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to the online teaching academy Ekalaiva, Class 10 Social Science. So far, we have been discussing about the sectors of the Indian economy, and in the previous session, you have learnt about where are the most people employed and about the MNREGA Act. Okay, and now we are going to step into a new concept. That is in the beginning of the chapter, you have learnt about the different economic activities such as the primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. And in this topic today, we are going to learn another division of economic activity. Okay, so, what is it? Another division of economic activity, that is division of sectors as organized and unorganized. Okay, let us look at a story. Okay, of Kanta and Kamal. Okay, so Kanta works in an office and she attends her office from morning 9:30 to evening 5:30, and she gets her salary regularly at the end of the every month. Okay, so in addition to the salary, she also enjoy the other benefits such as provident fund, and she can take sick leave and medical allowance is there. And of course, the Kanta do not go to office on Sunday. So Sunday is a paid holiday for her. And when she joined the work, she was given an appointment letter stating that the condition of works and terms and things, everything. So this is the condition of work of Kanta. And now we are going to look at one more story about Kamal. So Kamal is a Kanta's neighbor, but he is a daily wage labor in a nearby grocery shop. Okay, so he goes to the shop at 7:30 in the morning, and he will work till 8. Okay, in the evening, and he gets no other allowance apart from his wage. And also, he is not paid for the days he does not go for work, and it does not have any such facilities like paid holiday or medical allowance or provident fund and anything. And the most importantly, he can be asked to leave any time by his employer. So this is what about the working condition of Kamal and Kanta. From this story, uh, you can see the differences in the condition of work. Okay, so that is what we are going to see now. So the division of sector is once again divided into organized and unorganized sector. So Kanta is working in organized, whereas Kamal is working in unorganized sectors. So let us look at the terms and condition of work in the organized and unorganized sector. Okay. First of all, we'll go through with the organized sectors. So organized sector here, the this organized sectors are registered by the government and have to follow certain rules and regulation. So organized sectors means it must be registered by the government and have to follow some rules and regulations such as the Factory Act, Minimum Wages Act, and the Payment of Gratuity Act, and Shops and Establishment Act. Okay, so if it is an organized sector, they have to follow certain rules and regulation. Okay, and then the terms of employment is regular and job is assured. And here the terms of employment in organized sector is regular and job is assured. That means nobody will ask the employee to move out of a job without a valid reason. So the employment uh, is irregular, and the employee will be appointed on the permanent base, and assurance is there in the organized sector. And then fixed working hour, and they are paid if they work overtime. Of course, we have read in the Kanta story itself. The Kanta will work from morning 9:30 to till evening 5:30. So this is the working hour of Kanta. If she works beyond to that, she will be paid overtime money also. Okay, she will be paid for the overtime. So there is a fixed number of working hours for the people who are there in organized sectors. If they work beyond the time limit, they'll be paid for that. Okay. And the organized sector people, the workers, they get benefits such as the pension, provident fund, and paid leave and sick leave. So they can enjoy the lot more benefits, like they can get pension after the retirement, and they can enjoy the benefit of provident fund. They can have the paid leave, and even when they fall into sick, they can take sick leave also. Okay. And then last one, the workers are paid fixed salary. So at the end of every month, the worker will be getting their salary. That is a fixed salary they'll be getting. So workers are paid fixed salary. And now we move on to the unorganized sectors. And it is contrast to that of the organized sector only. Okay. So here, unorganized sector, it is not registered by the government and they have rules and regulations, but these are not followed. So in unorganized sector also they have certain rules and regulations, but these rules are not followed at all. And jobs are not regular, and hence job is not assured for the employee. That means what happened, the employer can ask the employee to leave the uh, shop or to leave the job at any point of time without a reason. Okay. And the next thing, no provisions of payment if they work overtime and are paid low. Okay, so listen here, no provisions of payment if they work overtime. So as we seen in the Kamal story, the Kamal is working from morning 7:32 till 8 o'clock in the evening. So even though he worked from morning to till evening, it Kamal is not getting any extra allowance for that, and also is paid very low wage. Okay. And the next one, it do not get benefits such as a pension, provident premium, and no paid holidays, and no leave due to sickness, and nothing, no benefits at all like organized sectors. And here workers are not paid fixed salary. Here workers are not paid fixed salary. Okay. So this is what about the working condition of organized and unorganized sector. And now we are going to look at how to protect workers in the unorganized sector. First of all, why we need to protect the workers in unorganized sector? Just now we learned that the unorganized sector people are exploited a lot. They are not getting any benefits such as the provident fund, pension, and even the gratuity, and no extra allowance apart from wage. And in this way, the workers in the unorganized sectors are exploited. And so that we need to protect them, isn't it? And before we go into this, we have to know one thing about the unorganized sector, right? So listen here, children, and we can notice, no, it is common to find many organized sectors are enterprises into unorganized sector nowadays. So nowadays we can notice that many organized institutions are simply jumping into the unorganized sectors. Why? Because they adopt such strategies to evade taxes. So they just avoid to pay the taxes to the state, and also they refuse to follow certain laws that protect the laborers. Okay. As a result, what happened? A large number of people in organized sectors, they are forced to enter into the unorganized sector. And of course, we just now learnt about the working condition of unorganized, and people are exploited a lot, isn't it? So, what happened? And one more thing, since in the 1990s, the large number of workers losing their job in organized, so that they are forced to take up the job in the unorganized sector. So since 1990, most of the companies, most of the people are losing their job in organized. As a result, they are forced to take up the job in the unorganized sector. And also, so that what happened, the government need to create more job opportunities. Apart from creating the job opportunities, the people are needed to be protected and supported. Okay, so that is why we need to protect the workers in unorganized sector. And now, who are the people who need protection? We will see in rural and then in urban area. Okay, first of all, we are going to see about the people who are needed to be protected in rural area. Okay, so in rural area, people like cobbler, carpenters, and landless agricultural laborer, weavers are work in unorganized sectors, and they can be protected by providing loan at a low rate of interest. Okay, so the government can help them by providing loan at cheaper rate and providing inputs as at low rate. So the government can also provide some inputs that needed for these people at lower rate. Okay, and giving adequate storage and transport facilities. So the government should plan to provide more storage centers and to provide more transport facilities for the farmers to produce to reach out their product to the market area, and providing marketing outlet for the sale of the goods. So by these ways, the what is it? The unorganized sector people in rural area can be protected. Okay, and now we are going to see about the urban area. In urban area, who are the people who need protection? The people who works in small scale industry and the casual labor in construction site, transport and trade and street vendors, or in unorganized sector. And in what way they can be protected? The government must support for purchasing the raw material and marketing outlet for their product. So by doing so, the government can protect the workers in unorganized sector in the urban area. Okay. And now it is a time for note down the assignment, children. So how can the workers be protected in unorganized sector? Second one, what is an organized sector? Elaborate the working condition of the organized sectors in India. So today in this session, you have learned about how to create more, how to protect the workers in an organized sector, and also you have learned about the division of sectors as organized and unorganized sector. So we will continue the remaining part of the lesson in the next session, children. So to receive our online lessons, press subscribe button and you will get the latest notification. Thank you, children.